All right, folks, back on the Bossman show, friend of the show, Danny Sprinkle. He got it done. He told me 3 years ago it's gonna happen, and it happened. It's my man Sprink. What's up, brother? How you feeling winning that Big Sky title, man?
Man, I'm doing great. I couldn't be better. Couldn't be happier for the community, the players. They've been absolutely phenomenal. And Bobcat Nation's been waiting for this for a long time, man. And I'm glad we got it done for them. And we got to go represent now in San Diego against a maybe the toughest team in the country. 10:45 a.m. Texas Tech, and so it's gonna be a blast.
No doubt, man. And you had a 6 game winning streak going into this the regular season, the Big Sky tournament, man. What was the key to that, bro? Because I watched your team, man. Defensively, you was on fire. You know, your guys were connected together. And you, heck, man, you won that game. You was trying to, you wrestle. You put an NBA movie. You had low management, brother. You still won that game.
Hey, no, it comes down to players. I always say in February and March, like it's all about players. Everybody has their schemes in. Everybody's going to do what they have to do to stop. They know what plays you're going to run, and then it just comes down to players making plays. And our guys have done a tremendous job of that, not just in the last 6 games, all season. And I think we have great depth. We have guys that really understand their role. Our shooters, they know they're just shooters. Our guys that slash, they slash. They know to throw the ball in the post to Jabril and great. And then obviously Xavier, our point guard, has been tremendous.
No doubt, Sprink. What I really enjoyed was, I know you enjoyed it too, defensively, man. You held those guys 30%. And Steve does a great job. His guys can score the ball down there, man. But you all locked in defensively, connected defensively, man. Talk about that, man. The effort you guys give on that in the floor, brother.
It was an unbelievable effort. Like you said, Coach Smiley in Northern Colorado, I think they were ranked number one in offensive efficiency in the league. They always got 5 guys that can really shoot the basketball. And then they got Dalen Kuntz, who's a high major transfer who, is a leading scorer in the league. And, they had an older group. They had 4 guys that had played like 150 college games. And they played together for that long. So they were a tremendous, opponent. We played our butts off, and you mentioned defensively. I mean, it was probably our best defensive effort. And even the night before against Weber State, who's just as talented and with some tremendous players. And, for our guys to keep both those teams in the 60s is a credit to them.
No doubt, man. I just really enjoyed watching Jabril, man. I'm gonna tell you why. This cat just takes up the space, gets to everybody on the glass. He doesn't get he'll score a lot, but his effect on the game is just can't put it on a stat sheet. What he does for you guys for spacing, screening, also getting boards, getting you out on the break, getting guys, Xavier, man. So talk about what he really means to your team. All things he does the dirty work for you guys.
He does. I mean, there's a reason he got league MVP and defensive player of the year. He bails our guards out a lot. And he won us probably 4 or 5 games this year by blocking 4 or 5 shots in the last 5 minutes of games, when it really mattered. And he's such a tremendous kid. He's a tremendous person. He cares, which, these days, like to have somebody that really cares and genuinely cares about his teammates' success more than his. It's a tremendous credit to him, his family, for the type of person he is, because he's no doubt, he's one of the leaders of our team, and when he speaks up, they all listen.
No doubt, and Xavier, man, he was amazing as well. Offensively, leading the show, being the head of the snake for you guys, man. The kid's grown in my eyes all year long, Danny, and man, talk about that young man, what he does for you guys, man. I'm glad people can see him on TV, what he does for you all here in this week. But this kid can play ball 100%.
He can. And he amazes me every game, because I don't even know how he gets shots up half the time. And it's like, I even slow it down on film, and it gets over somebody's fingernail by that much, and he'll bank it in with some spin on it. But he's a tremendous competitor. He's got a lot of dog in him. I think just with his size, he's been that size his whole life, so he knows how to play the game at that size, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder, which we need, because a lot of our guys feed off of him and his energy. And you mentioned, he's gotten better every single year he's been here. He came as a scorer. He's a point guard now. He's a point guard that can score whenever he needs, but He runs our team. He makes everybody better, which is a tremendous testament to him and his work.
Kind of read my mind, Sprink. I love how he actually passes the ball. Defense is focused on Xavier, but he's a willing passer. He trusts his teammates. He's looking for that good to great shot. He trusts his guys to make the shots.
No question. I mean, he makes Jabril better, Tyler, Nick, all those guys, who sometimes some of our guys, they need guys to create shots for them. And that's Xavier's the main guy that does that on our team. And, I was concerned in probably January that I was playing him too much. And I was like, man, am I going to wear him out by the end of the year? And because, he was playing 38, 39 minutes a game. And I literally have the ball in his hands the entire game. It's not in anybody else's hands. Like, he's the one controlling it. And, for him to have the stamina to put that together over whatever 31 games or 32 games, whatever how many we played right now, has been awesome.
And Sprink contributing as well. And Tyler, man, think about those guys who supporting cast, man, because I feel like every good team must have a supporting cast, and you definitely have it. You have waves and bunches that you can throw at people, which is very rare in this day and age. College basketball, period. You got waves. You have a real bench. You're not playing seven guys. You're playing as your true bench. But these guys are supporting cast as well. Tyler, who will start for you as well. Talk about those guys, man.
That's the strength of our team. You just kind of mentioned it. Everybody's got 2 or 3 really, really good players. And then after that, it's like, okay, what? And I don't even want to call them role players because they're more than that, but Tyler, Nick Gonzalez, they just shoot the mess out of the ball. Amin Adamu's been tremendous. For him to score over 1,000 points in really 2.5 years, because the COVID year, we didn't play a full schedule. It shows the impact that he's had on our program and how much he's grown. But he's a tremendous athlete, a tremendous scorer. Everybody, even our freshman, Great Osabar, he's been the key. He had 30 points in the tournament, in the 3 games as a true freshman big. Jabril's been banged up. He's only been about 50%. And for him to step up, we don't win the championship without those guys.
No doubt. And I mentioned Jabril, like the dude is hurt. He's still giving you what he's giving you.
Yeah.
Hurt. So he's that kind of tough because some guys just be like, nah, I'm good. But he put all on the line for his teammates to get you all to that point, help you as well, help the school. Because Montana State's doing great things. FCS football, the women's team, all you all in Bossman getting stuff done up there. You know what I mean? Say, we're going to get it done. I'm going to go out with my guys. Man, brother. Because I'm like, come on, bro. That's what we need to do. This is about what it's all about, man.
Exactly. Some people, they didn't know until after I said it in the interviews after the games, but Jabril didn't practice for a week. He did not practice before we played Sacramento State on Thursday in the first game. He didn't practice or do anything for 7 straight days. He wasn't in walkthrough, nothing. Either was Xavier, because Xavier sprained his ankle against Northern Colorado in the first half of our last game. He did nothing for 5.5 days. Raekwon Battle, who's another tremendous guy, who got 6th man of the year in our league. He was throwing up for 3 straight days, was not at practice. And it's a testament to how tough our team is mentally and how much they care about each other that they still showed up at noon on Thursday against Sacramento State. Even though they hadn't done anything for 7 days, 5 days, throwing up for 3, they showed up and they played well. And then right after the game, we got them right back to their bed, rested them, and they came back again against Weber State. But it shows the character and the toughness that those guys have.
No doubt. You got Texas Tech, man. Mark Adams, first-year guy down there doing a hell of a job keeping up where Beard left off at, man. We're sitting on film for those guys out of the Big 12, man.
Yeah. You talk about a team that plays with a chip on their shoulder. Like, I love watching film of them. I love how they play. Like, that's how I want my guys to play. They play with reckless abandon. I had a coach in their league that I talked to, and he had an unbelievable quote about them. He said, they are as real gets. And I thought that was a perfect way to describe Texas Tech. They're as real gets. And, number 1 defensive team in the country. They pride themselves on playing with a chip on the shoulder and toughness. And that's what Coach Adams is. I had recruited, he doesn't even know who I am. But I had recruited some of his players when he was a junior college coach at Howard JC. In fact, one of the kids, I believe, went to Weber State. I think his name was Desmond Harris in 2007. But I knew how good of a coach he was back then because his teams were always one of the top junior college teams in the country, and defensively, a lot of it you mentioned with Chris Beard, like Coach Adams he was the main part of that defense, under Coach Beard. And so he's just kind of carrying on, his own legacy that he's been coaching like that for a long time.
No doubt. Spring, I know you got to go, brother, but hey, I love your kicks, man. I was watching your kick game.
Yeah, man, I got to get some new ones down there in San Diego.
Yeah, I see my man's kick game is on point. Championship week, his kick game is on 10. I saw your kicks, brother. I was like, my man doing his thing out there in Idaho, man.
You got it. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, bro, you hope get that W, man. You know you're my guy, man. I'm going to be cheering like hell for you, brother.
Always appreciate you.
Hey, see you, bro.
You too. Bye.